driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. I had to get up a little bit earlier today. So, happy Friday. It's Friday. Yay, Friday. Or as Leisure calls it, fuck yeah, Friday. I'm cold. Today we're talking about the spiritual angle. Anytime I have a chance to read out of language of the heart, A comes of age, Dr. Bob and the good old timers, as Bill sees it, or any of this other stuff, that's what I try and do. So happy Friday. Good to have you. Let me grab a hoodie. I thought I'd be warm enough, but I'm not. It's the small one. Okay. Probably mess up my hair though. My hair is very sensitive nowadays. It's the wings. See, everything else goes curly, but that, if it went curly, it would help. You know, I'm sure you didn't come here because you're like, I'm wondering what kind of hair day Dion is having. But it's better than what was going on last week. I usually get started about 3-minute mark. I haven't announced this in a while. You know, this is for everybody. You are allowed to come here and not say anything if you don't want to. You could share your own experience. Your experience might be different than mine, and there's nothing wrong with that. We want to hear about that. Sometimes you may not agree with me. That's okay too. If you want to write that in, yeah, I'm not going to get upset with you. I might get a little pissy, but I'll get over myself. I know it. Trust me. If I get pissy, I know it's on me. So I wouldn't worry about that. Okay. Coffee. It's good for the heart. Good for the heart. I don't drink a ton of coffee. So, all right. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host today. I will make that announcement also. If you ever want to come on and do this yourself, if you want to learn how to do it yourself, if you want to co-host with me, I'm always happy to have somebody on. Let's say you have a topic you'd like to speak on. I always like to open it up to let people know. I didn't say Thursday, I said Friday. Amber's here, but it won't let her post. I dislike it when it does that. So that sucks, Amber. I'm sorry. So if there's other people here and your posts aren't showing up, they will show up in the stream itself. Okay, just so you know. Die on, yeah. My name spelled backward is Noid. So avoid the Noid if you guys remember the old Domino's pizza dude. All right, let's get started. Enough chicanery for one day. We're having too much fun here, man. We gotta get serious. Yeah, fuck it. don't feel like being serious today. I don't. When I say fuck it, I don't mean fuck it, you know. All right, so we are reading from the language of the heart, page 275. If you have this book, it's a fantastic book. It really is. If you don't, and you can afford it, I would recommend getting it. Somebody bought it for me, my friend Jill. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Yay, Michelle. All right. Spiritual experiences. Yeah, sometimes it says Facebook user, so I just I just roll along because, yeah, it's been that way for years and I wish they'd fix it. But anyway, here's the thing: Facebook doesn't like to get along with other companies, and that's why things get weird. Anyway, spiritual experiences, July 1962. Is the intention of the grapevine to carry occasional accounts of spiritual experiences. To this interesting project, I would like to say a few introductory words. There is a very natural tendency to set apart those experiences or awakening which happen to be sudden, spectacular, vision producing. Therefore, any recital of such cases always produces mixed emotions. Some will say, I wish I could have an experience like that. Others, feeling that this whole business is too far mystic limb for them, or maybe hallucinatory after all, will say, I just can't buy this business. I can't understand what these people are talking about. Two very valid things, especially if you have not experienced a sudden spiritual experience. I have. Okay. I've had one of those. Wasn't huge. It wasn't in the upheaval kind. It was after my major spiritual, I have spiritual experiences all day long now. Okay. But I am glad that I didn't get a sudden one because I think it would have been too much. You guys already see what happens when there's too much on my plate. So I think this is the way that I look at it. It's individualized, and God will do it when God decides to do it. Period. But it's individualized. That's why we call it the perfect release, because only God knows the perfect time to do it. Okay. That's what I believe anyway. As most AAs have heard, I was a recent 1934 recipient in 1934 of a tremendous mystic experience or illumination. It was accompanied by a sense of intense white light, by a sudden gift of faith in the goodness of God, and by a profound conviction of his presence. At first, it was very natural for me to feel this experience stake me out for somebody very special. Man, he was right. He was right. But that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen to each single person. Okay? All right? And don't make it up, please. I've heard made up stories, and I know when you're full of it. How do I know? Because I tell tall tales. Okay? I'm a story embellisher. I'm a storyteller, man. I know when you're bullshit. Because I do it too. All right. But now as I look back on this tremendous event, I can only feel very specially grateful. At that point, imagine the amount of humility you would need to start AA. I don't know that I would have it. I can only feel it now seems clear that the only special feature of my experience was the electric suddenness and the overwhelming and immediate conviction that it carried to me. In all other respects, however, I'm sure my own experience was not at least different from that received by every AA member who has strenuously practiced our recovery program. I was hearing music for a second. Maybe I'm having a sudden spiritual experience. Sorry. The other type that we have is what's called the educational variety. Okay. And it happens over time. Over time. That's how I got mine. And yeah, thank you, God, for doing it that way. I'm a reactive person. If God gave me a burning bush, I'd probably throw water on it. I probably would. All right, this is the part that's in the reading today. How often do we sit at AA meetings and hear the speaker declare, "But I haven't got the spiritual angle"? Prior to this statement, he had described a miracle transformation which had occurred in him. Not only a release from alcohol, but a complete change in his whole attitude toward life and living it. Oh, Amber, it'll let you text now. All right. Yeah, I would. Because I'm a reactive person, man. I'm reactive. You were on yesterday's video. That's you're like, why is my shit not showing up? Why is what he's saying not matching to what I'm saying? Well, I'm glad you made it. Yes, sometimes those videos can get confusing. They can. It happens to me too. All right. So yeah, we come in and we say, God has removed this obsession. I do for me what I can't do for myself, but I don't get the spiritual angle. The thing is, you already got it. It's a matter of acceptance. Remember yesterday, was it yesterday, day before, the topic was afraid of getting well. That's what it is. Right? If we don't, once we have that spiritual experience, it's about action in my life. I've got to have action. Without action, nothing will happen. It is apparent to nearly everyone else that he has received a great gift, and that this gift was all out of proportion to anything that might have been expected from simple AA activity, such as the admission of alcoholism and the practice of 12 steps. Yesterday, we had somebody in our 5:30 meeting, and she said, I have a hard time calling myself that word. By the end of the meeting, she called herself a drunk and started crying. You could see the release. It's hard to watch, but it's also a beautiful moment. Okay? I got to see that person transform right in front of my eyes. That's a spiritual experience. Those are the experiences I get to go through every single day. Is it going to be tough for her? Yes. Is she going to make it? Yes. Is she going to be a beautiful young lady? Yes. See, I already know all this. Now I just get to enjoy it. Those are the spiritual experiences. And they're awesome. Once you can open your eyes to everything that goes on, there's for all the bullshit that we see, there's a lot of good in this world, man. There's a lot of good in this world. When I go out and about, people treat me fine. Nobody's mean to me. Nobody's rude. I thank people for being there. Do you do that? If you buy something on a Saturday, thank somebody for being there. Hey, thanks for being here on a Saturday, man. I appreciate that. You're going to make their day. Yeah, it sucks working Saturday. Yeah, well, we all do our time. It's, and what is that? That's a reciprocation. And people understanding, hey, we're in this together. What's the other thing that you did? Holding space for that person. Everybody loves it when you hold space for them, especially when it's a stranger. So we in the audience smile and say to ourselves, well, that guy is just reeking with the spiritual angle, except he doesn't seem to know it yet. This is why encouragement is good. If you see somebody struggling and you can see the progress, say something for God's sakes. Don't let them sit there. Oh, he'll figure it out. No, he won't. Let's let them know. Well, eventually they're going to see it, yes. But why wait? Okay, I think that's one of the things God sent me here to do. Encourage other people. Okay? And I do it all the time. All the time. Man, this is hard. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you what I see. Because, yeah, I mean, I've known you for, blah, blah time. And I've seen you do this. You're a lot more than you think you are already. And because we're the last to see these things in ourselves, good, bad, or indifferent, we're the last one to see. That's why awareness and acceptance are so important for us. Okay. We well know that this questioning individual will tell us 6 months or a year hence that he has found faith in God. Or you could just tell him and he could have it now. I don't see why you should wait. Oh, I'm not going to say anything. It's just weak, man. These people are our friends. I want them to make it. I want to see the shine in the eyes. That's what I want. Okay? Because once that happens, I know I've done my job. Okay? And what do I do then? Good job, Dion. I take spiritual progress and then I move on. That's it. There is not more. There's already enough. I already get enough gifts that I don't need to take credit for other people's sobriety. Aside from the fact that I can't save anybody. I couldn't even save myself. Okay? But what I can do is tell you the path that I went to save you from years of misery. Okay? I went through that. You don't need to go through that. It is not a requirement. I'm here to tell you, pain and misery is not a requirement for sobriety. It doesn't need to be. People say things like pain is the touchstone of all progress. It doesn't need to be that way. You can change because you want to, not because it became painful. Okay? Robert De Niro right now is talking out on fentanyl because his grandson was poisoned by fentanyl. See? It only hurts when it affects us. That's why homelessness is hard to take care of. See, until it happens to you, you don't understand. So, a spiritual experience can be the realization that a life which once seemed empty and devoid of meaning is now joyous and full. In my life today, daily prayer and meditation, coupled with living the 12 steps, has brought about an inner peace and feeling of belonging which was missed when I was drinking. Yeah, it's that sense of belonging. Okay? Find your tribe, man. Find your tribe. Find your group of people that support you. That's kind of what trudging together is about. Is kind of what we do here. We're not some huge company out there. We're a bunch of like-minded people who want to help other people get sober. And even though it's my face you see, there's a bunch of us. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. And it's really cool to see. Yesterday, we had our first group conscience, right? And the neatest thing happened. I didn't make one decision. It was cool. I didn't make one, and a lot of decisions were made yesterday. I didn't make one of them. I didn't need to. I didn't need to. And it was the neatest thing. It was relieving for me. See, I've felt overwhelmed the last 2, 3 weeks. So when we come together like that, it's relieving for me. You know, I'm finding my circle. I've been trying to find my circle. I've been doing that intentionally, huh, Amber? Because you were like, well, I got my circle. I'm like, I need a circle. I'm getting the circle. And there's a few things that I need to do. I need to get done. I got my meds taken care of. I had enough meds for the weekend. My Medicaid was shut off. So I got this morning. They're like, yes, we could do that. I'm like, thank you, God. Spiritual experience, right? But I had to put the work in. I had to ask. It isn't just going to happen. Yeah. No change, no change. So, good times. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling kind of blabby today. So, today. Okay, extra talkative. Let's put it that way. At 1 p.m., if you want to join us, I'm doing a catch up for our step study on Thursdays. We have a step study, and it's going very well. I enjoy it. I'm behind on my homework. I suck at homework. Amber made us all look bad last night. I'm just kidding. No, she really did the work. I was impressed, Amber. I was impressed. But the more work we do, the deeper we dig, the more we find out. And once you are sober and you are a recovered alcoholic, knowledge is power once again. Yeah. Because your will is in line with God's. So therefore, your knowledge is as valid. Isn't that great? I love you all. Thanks for being here. No wonder you told me, no wonder you said it's Friday, not Thursday. No wonder you told me that. Okay. Because you were watching the wrong video. All right. Hey, I'm glad I'm laughing, man. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Michelle, Amber. It's good to have you both. I love y'all. Peace out. I'll be back later and have a day.